Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm making this video to talk about Isiah Carey. He's the guy that we see in this video here, with the Reptilian news reporter, how his reptilian tongue flopped out of his mouth. And if anybody doesn't know which video I'm talking about this one, which is like one of the best videos of shapeshifting out there. This is like, I almost want to call it smoking gun, like the smoking gun that proves that reptilians exist. And checking out this video, like, and you read the comments, and it just like it really pisses you off, man, because you see so many people denying it. And there's a lot of people that pointed out too, saying that that's a lizard tongue. That's a lizard tongue that comes out of his mouth. And then you have these same people, even if they even are people, if not NPCs or reptilians, because these reptilians, like, dude, if they're news reporters, and just there's so many good shape-shifting material that shows because Isiah Carey, back when he was doing this, he wasn't really anybody that special. He was walking the streets among average people, so that's proof that your average person can be a reptilian. And if you guys read these comments and see how everybody denies the fact that he does shapeshift, so many people, and then and the ones that say otherwise, they're ridiculed and laughed at. It's likely done by these reptilians, because a lot of these fucking people, and I have a hard time calling them people because I'm pretty sure they're not, but they're sitting there and they're covering for fucking Isiah Carey, the news reporter guy. That's his name, by the way, his human name. But it's like I don't see how anybody can say it's a bug when there's clearly no fucking bug in the video itself. You don't see it anywhere. And you tell a lot of these idiots, well, if there was a bug in the video, then can you take a screenshot? Can you fucking make a little red circle around this bug so we can see it and know that it was a bug, But instead, I see a fucking tongue, a lizard tongue, come out of this guy's mouth, and that's not. That's not really the main thing that gets to me. It's like how some of them are just really sneaky, man. Like even the ones that do admit that it is a lizard tongue that comes out of his mouth. These same people will turn around and try to push fucking Christianity off, saying that this tongue is demonic, or they're fallen angels or some shit like that. And it's like, this is the type of shit that makes me fucking believe that I'm in some fucking hologram, that this whole fucking reality around me is just for me, and I'm stuck in some holodeck or some holographic illusion being projected into my mind by aliens, because I never ever see anyone, even the people that do believe in the reptilians and are pretty deep into conspiracies and all that. These same people always fucking try to tie this shit in with demons or God. And I haven't met one person that they never, one person that is never able to think outside the box while while keeping a logical mind. Some people think it's a bug, and others think it's his tongue. I first saw this video a few years ago, and I thought it was just a bug that flew into his mouth. Now I've been watching all these Illuminati and reptile videos, and looking back on the video, I don't know what to believe anymore. But if you check out this guy's profile, I mean, first I want to bring up is that, you know, he see this guy, I mean, read his comment carefully, and you'll see that, and this creature on me, like, it's making me pause a lot, and it's trying to get my grammar sounding pretty bad. Like, I talk like with a slur, kind of like, you know, and it's the creature on me that's making me fucking talk this way, like, you know, pauses and slur, and like, you know, like I have a speech impediment or something like that, and it's doing it, and it's doing that because it doesn't want people to fucking take me to heart, and they don't want people to buy into what I'm saying, and but anyways, though, I want you guys to read this carefully, and just listen to how he put it, like the tone, like, you know, some people think it's a bug, and others think it's his tongue. I first saw this video a few years ago, and I thought it was just a bug that flew into his mouth. Now I've been watching these Illuminati and reptile videos, and looking back on the video, I don't know what to believe anymore. So he's trying to suggest what he's trying to do here, and this is some very sneaky shit that usually comes from reptilians. And I'm not saying this guy's a reptilian, but the red flags are there, and so, you know, he's like throwing it out there, like in a way to where, you know, like he's like, it feels like he's trying to say that those that are seeing this are probably, you know, there's a possibility that we're projecting, you know, we have that we have wild imaginations, and we're seeing shit, you know, like, you know, some mass hallucination going on. That's what it feels like he's saying, and I think that, you know, because I've read other comments similar that I mean, well, somewhat similar, but the only difference is that some of the comments I did read from people that said when they first watched this video, they knew it was a ton too, but they ignored it, and they just said, I thought I was seeing things, or, you know, or my mind was playing tricks on me. So, you know, that's, so when people say it in that way, they're acknowledging the fact that what they saw to begin with was always there. It's just not something that they fucking, you know, it's a more legit, kind of honest way of saying it, instead of saying it like this, trying to insinuate that we're just seeing shit, you know, imagining it. And then, so when I go to this guy's profile and you see his profile picture, look at his skin. You notice the green tint. See how his skin has that green tint to it, like it's greenish. And then if you look at his face, like, you know, it kind of, like, you know, underneath the cap and all that, it kind of almost looks like it's not human. So, you know, again, this guy, and then this guy's a big, you know, look at how he pushes off anime shit, and, you know, that's a red flag, man. Japanese anime. Those that get into, I mean, those who push off Japanese anime, because Japanese anime, I think it's another way to pussify the male, the man, you know, and so they really try hard to get males into the Japanese anime stuff, because it really ties into the female energy, you know, and I think it's a way to really kind of, like, you know, it pussify us down, and then, but yeah, if you go to his channel and you check out his videos, you'll notice that that when it comes to his conspiracy videos and all that, that he's really big into pushing the satanic agenda, you know. And there used to be a video on YouTube called Myth of the Satanic Media, Myth of a Satanic Media, and I wish it was still up on YouTube because I would download it and upload it onto my own channel. But this video used to explain how, you know, these and it did a very good job at breaking it down. How the Illuminati and those that control, the music industry in Hollywood, they push this satanic shit off like through subliminals and all that. It's a way to convince people that Christianity is legit. They trick people into believing fucking their Christian bullshit. And these people aren't Satanists. They're not Christians. I mean, some of them might be Satanists, but these are the ones that are likely the useful idiots, the pawns, probably the drones, but the ones that are actually controlling this planet and controlling the music industry, controlling the system, Hollywood and all that. They're not Satanists. These are aliens. They don't have no religion. They follow the laws of nature, and it's in their nature to fucking parasite. It's likely in their nature to parasite. So these aren't people really project their own fucking human their own human emotions upon and we do this a lot with animals, like we project human emotions upon cats and dogs, and and we assume that they think a lot like us when they really think nothing like us at all, and we seem to have a very bad problem with doing that. And we do the same shit when we see these aliens, on the astral, or people that are contactees. They always assume that these aliens, are very much like them, and I think they don't understand just how alien that these aliens really are. But anyways, though, the main thing I really wanted to touch on about making this video is that if you guys check out this video right here, and I shit you not, dude, this is crazy, that that Isiah Carey, the guy that was in the was the news reporter with the tongue that flopped out of his mouth, the reptilian tongue. they make a little fucking they have a little video clip going on right here, of the woman who was the original one that I guess like uploaded that video to the internet, and guess what she's wearing? A snake skinned fucking suit. so it's like nothing more than just a big mock. That's what they're doing, and people notice that shit too. And this guy said, notice how she's wearing a snakeskin outfit, and he is in purple, evil lion snakes. And I said, it's likely a mock. They know people know, and they also know no one will do anything about it. And I just what I don't get, and I think one major question that people should be asking is like, why would they even put themselves out there in the first place when it comes to these shape-shifting videos like this one here? Why even show this to the world? Because they put this video out there. I mean, they showed the masses, they showed the world this video. Pretty much the whole world saw this. I mean, a lot of people saw this video. And it really makes you wonder, like, why would they expose themselves like this? Because this is some of the best evidence, that shapeshifters exist. I mean, like, this evidence is like fucking strong, dude. It's like really strong, and you just can't help but wonder, like, why would they do that? Why would they put themselves out there in the spotlight like that? And when you start reading the comments and seeing how very, very few people actually care about this shit, like, because all the people, I mean, there's a lot of people that say they saw the ton, and there's a ton that comes out of his mouth. But when that number is compared to the people that are denying it and saying that they didn't see it, when you can very much clearly fucking see it flop out of his mouth, it's like, wow, dude. It's like, no wonder they don't care about letting this shit. Because it almost feels like to me that they're letting you know that this is how much power we have. This is how much power we have over the world. This is how much control we have over your species. We can shapeshift right in front of your face, right in front of the whole world, and 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 there's nothing you can do about it. You know, they're showing us just how little control that we have over the system and how it works. And they could shapeshift right in front of the world, shapeshift right in front of you, and you know, what are you gonna do about it? And fucking so I almost feel I don't know if it's a way for them to tear you down, your ego, and tell you that you know there's no hope. Another attack upon your spirit, or if it's a mock, I mean perhaps it's both, you know. And if it's a mock, then surely they're getting a good laugh out of this right now, knowing how there's people that just don't understand why they throw themselves out there like that. I mean, you know, it's just if I was them, and if I was actually mocking humanity, you know, I'd get a kick out of it too. And like just like the movie They Live, you know, like how they pit human beings against each other, you know, different races and politics and fucking gangs, and fucking they sit back in their fucking mansions and you know, and they necessarily don't even have to be rich people. I mean, these reptilians are people that are even poor, but they know that it's not the material world that matters. The money, the real money, lies with the spiritual side of life. So you know, I've seen these reptilians come from the rich. I've seen them come from, you know, the rich. I've seen them come from the middle class. I've seen them come from the poor. I've seen them operate from fucking prisons, jails, and shit. And when you're able to astral project, leave your body at will anytime you want, when you're able to see beyond the material realm, and then you are able to live in the spiritual, you know, you can. I mean, you don't need to be subjected to one physical body. You could be fucking body hopping left to right, and I mean, you could go anywhere really, man. You could really exploit anyone that isn't aware of that side of life, the metaphysical, and so you know these reptilians. I mean, you know, a lot of people think that you know they're only the rich, they're only the, you know, the celebrities, the politicians. No, they're not. These people are average fucking people walking the streets. I mean, you'd likely run into one of them when you go to the gas station or the grocery store. You know, I mean, they could be anybody, and you know, and they're always pushing that myth too, that you know that a lot of reptilians that talk about the reptilians always try to say that it's only the rich that are the reptilians. That's bullshit, man. And they know it too. So